The book of Malachi in the Bible, this is the last book in the Old Testament. Basically, he was a prophet, and he was the last prophet until John the Baptist. The time span between him and John the Baptist was 400 years. 400 years, God no longer sent prophets. He was silent. So when we think about what Malachi was preaching and what his goal was, essentially he's preaching to a group of people that are feeling so confident they no longer are listening to God. They're no longer following his will. And what he's saying to them is, it's important that you do, right? So they're saying things like, everyone that does evil is good in the sight of the Lord, and he delights in them. Or where is the God of judgment, right? And Malachi is telling them, like, your doubtfulness and your attitude towards God is wearying to him. It is not a good way to be. Your heart posture needs to change, right? And he's basically appealing to them to stop and realize that their lack of blessings is not because God doesn't care. It's because they are being disobedient. And what he's telling them is, if they repent and they return to God with sincere hearts, the obstacles that are stopping the flow of divine blessing will be removed. And so what he's saying is, if you turn to God and you repent and you love him with all of your heart posture will be presented in a way that allows his divine blessings to flow to you. It's not because he doesn't care. It's not because he's indifferent. It's because we are not being obedient. This was his message to the people. And then he even goes on to say, like, everyone that does evil will be judged, for God will judge the righteous and the wicked. And so he not only predicts that John the Baptist is coming, that the Messiah will also be coming, he even goes on to talk about the second coming of Jesus Christ. He goes on to talk about the judgment that will come to all. Good and bad people will be judged. It's an important book when you think about the time span between him and John the Baptist and how many generations had to live without prophets speaking with God. So repent, turn to God, love him with all your heart. If you want those divine blessings, you have to remove the obstacles that stop them from coming.